Hong Kong racing heads to Sha Tin on Sunday for a 10-race programme on the turf and the all-weather. We're looking at the final event as well. Race number 10 is a Class 2 over the 1,400 metres. The field is headed by Master Montara for David Hayes and Blake Shin. Does draw on wide though. Barrier number 10, beaten favourite last time out. My Sugar up in class. He's won his last 3 and he's 2 from 2 so far this season. I'm a Single Man comes up in class for a last start win, beating Blaze Warrior. Senor Toba makes his Hong Kong debut. Blaze Warrior gets his chance again against I'm a Single Man. Same weights though, same conditions they met last time. Regency Bobo, Mr. Croissant, Kinda Cool and Tempest Express all come up in class as well. Keith Young will ride Tempest Express. No luck for him last time out from barrier number 6. Now, Tom, as always, we'll start with the speed map here. Good again, we're saying, in the early stages, and My Sugar possibly out all by himself. Yeah, I think he's going to be able to find the front here pretty easily from gate number 1, but he's going to have a few challenges, Paul, potentially Hinch and Love, who's a horse that can race handy. He's got apprentice ridden, might I add, as well, and a couple that are very wide there. I'm a Single Man and Mr. Snowden 4 deep.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the key's igniting, isn't it? Like igniting, stepping up and trip. And if igniting jumps, he'll make it harder for those other horses. But Mr. Snowden should eventually get across, no problem whatsoever. But just in the initial stages, I think he is going to race a bit wide from his wide draw.
OK, all right. So we'll see what Vincent Ho can do as far as Mr. Snowden is concerned. But Zach Purton will be riding My Sugar, and we caught up with him at track work this week.
Zach, My Sugar, he's won 4 of his 8 starts now. It was a strong performance last to start with the 1-3-3. How did you rate the run? It looked on face value very good.
Yeah, it was. He's a very honest horse. He always puts in, and he beat a nice one as well. So it was a good effort. We've come up with a good gate. He's had a little bit of time between runs. He seems fit and healthy, so I'm looking forward to riding him again. It
looks like he's got a lovely long stride on him. He won by a length and 3/4 last start. The manner that he did it, that he was able to put them away, was it surprising at all?
Not really, because he is a galloper. He just continues to gallop along and he doesn't really slow down. The other horses have got to try and catch him, but you know, he's continually just raised the bar from start to start, and you know, he's not at the top yet, I don't think, and he might be able to run a longer distance in time as well.
He's drawn gate number 1. Is that sort of an ideal case for him to be up on the pace again?
Yeah, just got to get him out and get him rolling. You know, we know him well. He likes to roll along if he can. He doesn't like slowly run races, so we'll get him out and get him in a rhythm.
8 winners across the last 3 meetings. That's 40 for the season this far. I guess that's good momentum to have going into the biggest week of the year.
Yeah, sure. It's you know, it's nice to be riding a few winners again. You know, I had that suspension and then a little bit of a rough month with barriers and things like that were making it a little bit hard, but you know, anytime you go to the races and you ride a multiple number of winners, it's good, so hopefully we can just keep that going.
Well, My Sugar will be his last ride on the programme, Paul, but a good one to finish off with. He's 4 out of 5 course and distance.
Yeah, look, he keeps improving this horse. Look, I think he's going to get to Class 1, no problems. He's going to meet a good horse in here, and Blaze Warrior, we know he's good as well. This will be his strongest test, but from barrier 1, I think he can win.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got another 10 points on that last start effort as well. So if Zach thinks he's got rating points in hand, he's probably looking like he's heading towards triple figures at this point.
Interestingly, the horse that did beat him course and distance was Tempest Express, who lines up here again. But let's have a look at a couple of his rivals here. Starting off with the last start winner. This is I'm a Single Man. Here he is on the insides of Blaze Warrior this day. Tom, Blaze Warrior got a chance of turning things around this time?
Look, I think he's the Quinella horse, Blaze Warrior, but I'm a Single Man just keeps on stepping up and improving this horse. I know he's only won 2 from 15, but he's been there or thereabouts in a few other races, and he beat Blaze Warrior last time out. They meet here, same sort of conditions, Paul, but like for the 4-year-old series, I think he's certainly a candidate for that at the moment, the way he's going.
Yeah, look, he's going nicely, isn't he? And look, I'm a Single Man. He's drawn wide. Blaze Warrior's got a tricky draw in 8 as well. But I think he can get cover, and I'm a Single Man. If he can get across, he's going to put himself right into the race.
OK, well, here's Blaze Warrior at the trials. Paul, covering a fair bit of ground, but that's neither here nor there. It's just seeing about how he stretches out, and he does it nicely.
Yeah, look, he's only been beaten once, hasn't he, Blaze Warrior? 4 starts, 3 wins. He's a very progressive horse as well. So, look, I expect him to be the biggest danger. And he was just beaten last time by I'm a Single Man. And with that run under his belt, I think he'll come on from that.
He looked to be under a good hold in this trial, and he was taking ground off the leaders late there. So, look, he was beaten first up, but I can certainly excuse him for that. It was still a very good run from him, I thought.
OK, so that's Blaze Warrior. That's the trial since his run. This is Master Montaro, Tom. I've half fallen into the trap with him again. He's drawn wide, but when he's good, he's very, very good.
He is, he's won 3 of 11 here. There was nothing wrong with this recent trial, I thought, where he was up outside the leader in the trial and seemed to win it quite well. But last time out, he was caught wide, so there was a bit of an excuse there for him. And he just can't seem to get half a decent gate, Paul.
No, that's the problem, isn't it? I think from that wide draw, they'll take him back and just let him roll down the outside late. So, look, I've got him in on the minor line because he has got a good tenor foot at the end. And that wasn't a bad trial, as you guys have said.
Yeah, so he was beaten favourites last time out, Master Montaro. Blake Shin jumps on board. He'll ride him for the first time, but the draw is important as far as he's concerned. Certainly it seems that way, Paul.
It does, doesn't it? Look, he just gets a little bit further back because of the wide draw. You can see when he drew slightly in there at 9, he won, 8 he won as well. Here's one from 10, and he'll get 10 again. I just think they'll get him to the outside and let him run on.
All right, let's have a look at a couple more. Starting off with Seattle Choice here, Tom, and this is a Tony Millard private trial. Basically, he trained all 4 of these horses here.
It was the last trial of the morning as well, over 1,050 metres, and look, he seemed to do it okay. Last time out, he was first up, and it wasn't a bad effort. He was only beaten 2 lengths behind Trillion Win, and we know what he's been able to do this season. So he was sort of 3 back the fence last time out. I just wonder, Paul, second up, there's always a little question mark with him over the second up.
Yeah, he hasn't really performed second up before, and he's drawn barrier 14, so that's why he didn't get it. I think he's a horse with ability, but he didn't get it for me in this race.
That was Boys Party winning the trial, incidentally, who goes around earlier on the day. Now, a little bit different here, Paul. This is Senor Toba, who makes his debut now for Casper fans, but this is run in the Queensland Derby, only just beaten as well.
It was a good run, wasn't it? But this was over 2,400 metres. He now has to contend over 1,400 metres. Fresh up. He has won over a mile before, but I think this might be a little bit sharp.
I'm going to throw him in because I think from what I've seen at the trials, I think he's forward enough. He finished 3rd in the trial up at Chungfar behind Reliable Team. He came out and won last weekend, of course, and then was 2nd in his most recent trial over a mile. And there wasn't too much pressure on him over the final stages. I like the way he was finding the line at the end. So I'm going to throw him in at the back end of the first 4.
Yeah, well, this is the trial that you're talking about, Tom, on the turfs. Tornado Phantom winning the trial. So you like what you saw here, obviously? Yeah,
I did. Of course, we saw Tornado Phantom go round to midweek at Happy Valley, and he was okay. But you can still see he's a little way off them here. But over the final stages, he is making up ground. Of course, he was formerly trained by Chris Waller prior to arriving here. But just from what I've seen at the 2 trials, he's 1,177 pounds. I think he's forward enough to potentially show something on his Hong Kong debut here compared to a few of the other runners that are first up, potentially 4-year-old candidates. I think he's probably shown the most out of them.
Yeah, his trials haven't been too bad. If he's running on at the end, I'm sure they'll be very happy.
As far as the 4-year-old series is concerned, it's interesting in terms of is it going to be a stayer dropping back or a miler stepping up to the Derby trip. I guess we'll find out in due course. Favourite here, Paul, My Sugar.
Yeah, and he's on top for me, My Sugar. I think he's a very progressive horse. Seems to be going really well at the moment and just keeps winning them in a row. So he's on top to beat Blaze Warrior. He's very progressive. He's only been beaten once. I'm a Single Man. Really strong win from him last time. And Master Montaro from the back. 3, 8, 6 and 1 for me.
Same TS as Paul, but I'm going to throw in a Senor Toba there for a 4th. But I think My Sugar can win again. Blaze Warrior, I'm a Single Man, continues to step up. Just has to overcome a little bit of a tricky draw, and Senor Toba makes it in. So 3, 8, 6 and 7.
8 and 3 will be my cue there. I think they're the 2 main horses. The market will tell you that as well. But a good finish to the day. That is race number 10.